So here to show us the latest in outdoor design is Christian Dare. Beautiful set. I mean, I saw the bread and I wanted to come here immediately. So what's on trend this summer when it comes to outdoor entertaining?
Well, I find what's on trend for this summer is basically what's on trend indoors. And I really love it when those two trends line up. So we're seeing lots of like the new neutrals, as we call them, the sage greens, the soft pinks, the buttery yellows. And it's great because then your outside and your inside matches.
Okay, so you're going to help us walk through how we can do outdoor entertaining ourselves. Where do we start?
So I think the first thing to start with is basically size. Evaluate your size and what you're actually going to use it for.
Okay.
So for this setup, I did a large setup, a medium setup, and then what I'm calling a teeny tiny party of one setup.
It's cute.
So starting with the traditional sort of one setup, the big setup, which I think we're used to, is sort of the sit-down dining table, right?
Yeah.
We do this all the time. We opt for the biggest table we can find. I love this one. It's a new table from HomeSense. It looks like marble, but it's not. So it's great for the outdoors. And then I always say, don't be scared about mixing and matching your chairs if you're updating them. You can see I did like a black chair over here, but then I threw in a color coordinating bench, which is great for some extra seating. And then, of course, style out your table perfectly. I always say add in some runners.
Yes.
Don't be scared to overlap your runners so you get some extra texture, extra play. It's also a good cheat. If your runner is not big enough for your table, layer them.
Never find one that's big enough for the table. None of them are long enough, so this is beautiful.
Yeah, you put them cross angle and they'll work perfectly together.
Yeah.
And then I always say, pick your outdoor dishes to match your indoor dishes.
Okay.
So this is a trick, because if you're ever low on dishware,
Yeah.
you can mix and match the two of them. Like, I don't know if you know, but there's actually melamine and regular sort of porcelain dishes on this table all at once.
That's
So I
very
mix and
smart,
match.
actually, to mix and match, and
Can
then
you
it
pick
goes
which
a lot
one?
longer.
Which ones are melamine? I think you're an
It goes a
expert
lot
at this,
farther.
so.
Well, I've done it a few times. This is probably the melamine, and this is probably from in the kitchen.
Exactly,
right?
but they color coordinate perfectly. They work
Gorgeous.
together. And the melamine, it's unbreakable, so you're safer outdoor, and it starts at $3.99. Great deals for your outdoors. And then you can also mix them indoors if you need to for the fall, and no one will know.
Well, that's what I do. With the kids have been using melamine dishes inside forever because it's just easy. They're non-breakable.
Yeah.
But they're
fashion forward.
They're
Yeah.
really beautiful now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our gorgeous big space, and I love the table. Let's go to a little bit smaller space.
So if you've got a smaller space, I think a lot of people opt for that sort of small cafe table that I think holds 2 glasses of wine, nothing else, and those kind of uncomfortable chairs.
Yeah.
Which I always say, how much eating are you doing out there?
Yeah.
Maybe a little. So why not opt for something more comfortable? People could eat on their laps, you could have buffet style, and then you've got these beautiful lounging chairs so you're comfortable and you can still entertain in your smaller space.
It's beautiful, too. Those chairs are gorgeous. I like that they're gray.
So perfect, because then you can add pops of color, right?
Yeah.
And then I always say the steps for filling out a small space, it's kind of the same stuff with indoors, right? So let's start with your base layer. So this beautiful outdoor carpet I picked up at HomeSense. It defines your space. It can hide any imperfections in your patio.
Yes.
And it makes it a little bit warmer. And then opt for the biggest sort of chairs you can find. I always like big and comfy chairs, so they're nice and comfortable. Make sure you add in some more plantings, which I say, I know you're outdoors, but you want that green, lush feeling.
Yeah.
And then, of course, one of the great ways to update is some great throw pillows. So these are some great throw pillows. I love that they've come a long way now. This is outdoor fabric.
Nice.
This is the one time I would say, resist taking your indoor pillows outdoors. Have you tried it?
No, I don't. I have tons of outdoor pillows.
Don't do it. It will definitely get sun faded. It will
it'll
sun
get
fade in a day.
also
It'll get
maybe
soggy. Yeah.
moldy.
So I know we used to do it because there weren't great ones, but there's lots of really fashion-forward, design-forward pillows now that are great for outdoors. And it's an easy update. So if you get tired of blue,
bye blue.
We could update with a little pop of some greens, right? So it's a great way to update your space. And then I say, because it's a small space, make sure you're being multi-purpose. So if you see this little container over here, that's the wine bucket, it's actually a planter.
I was wondering what that was. That's brilliant.
Yeah, so it's meant for a planter, so you could have a potted plant inside it, pull it out, throw in your ice, throw in your wine. You've got a cool, chilled space for your wine. It saves you space.
Yeah.
And then I always say, don't forget about Fido.
No.
Our little best friend. Make sure you've got a little bowl for him, too, so he can enjoy his outdoor entertaining space with you.
And look how well-behaved Fido is.
He's very well behaved.
So sweet.
One last thing before we move to the smaller space. I just forgot to mention, make sure you also are adding in lighting.
Yes.
You want to make sure your space is good for daytime and nighttime. And I even grabbed this floor lamp, which is great for a small space. And it looks like an indoor floor lamp, but it's designed for outdoors, so it's waterproof.
Oh, nice.
So it's great for indoors and outdoors, and you get that lighting at night. It's perfect for it.
It's going to get very dark at night, and you won't be able to see anything but people's eyeballs.
Yeah.
So you got to have the lighting outside that's going to work out,
Yeah.
which I think is great.
And
I think this is so cute, too.
It's super cute. So I'm calling this, if you have a small patio, no one comes to your place because you don't invite people over because you don't want to, make it a party for one. So this is great if you've got a small space. It's great because it really is a statement piece of furniture. It's bright yellow. It's comfy. I don't know if you want to test it out, Tracy, or not, but it's definitely a really comfy chair.
Yeah, but hold on, let me try and do it in a way that's respectable and ladylike. There we go.
When it's a party of one, you don't have to worry, right? But it's great. You get this nice swing. It's this great bold color. Picked it up at HomeSense.
Yeah.
And it was actually only $350, which is a great price for this piece. It's a great, impactful piece. It'll last you for years. And I say if you're going with a statement piece, go for a pop of color. This bright fun yellow is great for spring and summer.
Do you notice how I'm just staying this way? So sorry about the view, buddy. It's not for the viewers. Okay, this is so much fun. I absolutely love it, and it's actually a really respectable price because these chairs are often very expensive, are they not?
Exactly, yeah, way more expensive usually.
Very good job and very cute. Okay, thank you so much for making this outdoor entertaining season gorgeous and, if affordable, Christian. As always, his designer tips are up on our website. That's where we put them, cityline.tv.